This week is Parshat Emor. Last week in Parsha Kedoshim, we spoke about Kedusha, holiness, how it exhibits itself, or how we exactly exhibit holiness in this world. And this week, that theme continues, because this week is not only Parshat Emor, it is also Yom Haatzmaut, the day in which we celebrate the independence of the state of Israel. But there is more significance to that independence, which I want to share with you for a moment. Firstly, regarding this week's parsha, how does Kedusha, how does this holiness exhibit itself? And I think the answer is something that, again, I heard from Rav Chagai Lundin. In this week's parsha, there are 3 mitzvot, 3 specific commandments regarding helping the poor and the destitute. Leket, Shichecha, and Peah. Those are: one leaves a portion of their field, in the corner of their field, when they're harvesting the wheat, so that the poor can come and take that portion from the field for themselves. In addition, if a person is harvesting the wheat and certain grains fall by the wayside, they're not to pick them up from the field, but rather leave them for the aniyim, for the poor people to come and take for themselves. And the question, it's a rather obvious question, is why don't we just pick up the wheat and bring it to the poor people? Why do we leave it in the field, or why do we leave a portion of the field and invite the poor people, those who are the unfortunate, to come and to help with their own supplication, with their own provisions? Why not just hand it to them directly? And the answer is a very, very vibrant theme that repeats itself consistently in Judaism. Judaism believes that we want people to be self-sufficient. We don't want to debase or degrade the poor by bringing to them all of their provisions. It's enough that they have to look for a source for their own food. Yet, in an attempt to respect and revere their human dignity, we invite them to come and take their own grain, rather than handing it to them directly in a state of embarrassment. This is what the Torah means by Kedusha, holiness. Holiness is not something that you do for yourself, but it's something that you invite others to partake from. Because what we're doing essentially is we're performing a mitzvah, a commandment, by giving these charities, but we're inviting the poor people, those who are destitute or in need, those who are needy, to also partake from the mitzvah, to be a part of the mitzvah that we are accomplishing, and thereby making a statement to them that we want them as well to preserve their dignity and ultimately to arrive to a place where they can be self-sufficient. That's the beauty of the human nature, the sensitivity that the Torah demonstrates, and that is Kedusha. Holiness is not something that I experience by myself, but something that I share with others. And this gets back to Yom Haatzmaut. Yom Haatzmaut is not only Independence Day. Otzem, the root word of Atzmaut, means strength, courage. That strength is exhibited not by the means of what we do for ourselves, but the establishment of the state of Israel was a group effort, a joint effort. When we as the Jewish people disembarked from the ashes and destruction of the Holocaust, we were able to say wholeheartedly and in unison, we are capable. When we're together, when we amass our strength as one and are involved together, we can absolutely accomplish the establishment of a state and see one to its full fruition. And this is something that's important for us to remember regarding mental health as well. People who are suffering from mental health, it's not enough for us to just give them or provide for them. We want them to learn to be self-sufficient, to develop that otzma, their own inner strength, so that they realize that they do have something to contribute, that they do have something that they can add to this world and feel self-sufficient. This is the message of the parsha, Yom Haatzmaut, and a message in general that we should always embrace. It is the Jewish way, it is the Torah way, and it continues to always be the Gila way. Shabbat Shalom and Yom Haatzmaut Sameach. Thank you once again for joining us. Please remember to consider subscribing to the page below and send me your comments. I will get back to you. Have a great day.